Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. You may have noticed that your usual moderator, Bernadine, is actually a panelist this time around. So I'm honored that Bernadine has asked me to serve as moderator today. My name is Jason Bailey. Some of you might know me as Art Gnome. So I write about art and tech for a blog called artgnome.com. I've been pretty passionate about NFTs for the last 4 years, one of the first big collectors, and have been passionate about museums my whole life. So I basically grew up in museums, and never more so than during COVID did I realize just how important museums are to me when I started going through sort of withdrawals. So today's topic kind of brings together two things that I care a lot about. And I think NFTs can be used in a lot of different ways with museums. I don't think that there's any one thing or one way to use them. So I know there are a lot of folks that maybe are suspicious of how NFTs may interact with museums. I'd ask that you try to keep an open mind. I think the panelists today have really been thoughtful about how they're approaching this. And I'm personally excited to hear more about what they've done here with NFTs and the Whitworth. So with that, I would like to have the panelists each sort of give them their brief introduction, and then we'll move into slides. So maybe we'll start with Alistair.
Yeah, hi Jason, and hello everybody. I'm Alistair Hudson, and I'm director of the Whitworth Art Gallery, which is part of the University of Manchester. And I'm also director of the Manchester Art Gallery, which is the main civic art gallery in the city centre.
Thank you, Alistair. And then Poppy Bowers.
Hi, everybody. I'm Poppy Bowers. I'm exhibition curator at the Whitworth, where I work along with Alistair. And yeah, it's brilliant to be here today. Thanks for everyone for joining on such a hot day.
Thanks, Poppy. And then Bernadine, of course.
Hi, everyone. You might recognize me. I'm Bernadine. I'm the CEO of Vastari and also the newly formed Vastari Labs.
Awesome. Okay, so with that, we're going to start with some slides, and then we'll be moving into sort of more of a discussion, and want to leave some room for questions at the end. So folks that have questions, please put them into the chat, and we'll try to get to as many of them as we can toward the end of the webinar. And with that, I'll hand it over to Alistair.
Thank you, Jason. If we go, first of all, to an image of the Whitworth, I can explain a little bit more about the gallery or museum as a whole. So the Whitworth is part of the University of Manchester. It was founded in 1889 with the wonderful Victorian motto for the perpetual gratification of the people of Manchester. Essentially what that means is the Whitworth was founded as an art gallery, and in fact an art gallery and park with a social agenda. It was not designed to be a comprehensive world museum. It was designed as Manchester was growing as an industrial capitalist centre in the world, as a place which cared for its residents and provided education and well-being in modern days terms for the city's residents, but also to, in a way, instruct them in good design and aesthetics, so that it would power Manchester's cotton industry forward as one of the largest manufacturing centres in the world. So the Whitworth, as a result, has a large collection of around 60,000 works of art, which is still growing. The building was redeveloped in 2015 with this extension by Muma Architects to give us in total about 3,000 square meters of exhibition space, plus collection stores, event space, and reconnectors with this idea of the gallery and park working together. If we could just go to the next slide, I mean, it's probably worth working out that what this means with this idea of a social museum is it's not just a collection like any other. The gallery is really a space of activity, and we program it as such. I think it's also worth pointing out that what we're interested in a way, is using the museum as a space for social change. And if you go to the next slide, I can show you a map here. So in the middle, if you don't know Manchester, this won't make much sense to you. But basically, the Whitworth is in the